Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Professor Dafferton, and today we're going to start the first lesson of our Urban Sociology course, otherwise known as Meme 101. Today in our first course, we're going to be going over my favorite subject so far. Today we're going to be going over the DAP. Now, DAP is seen pretty often in younger communities. It's often seen around mid to late teens, maybe to the late 40s. It just depends. But typically, older people do not engage in DAP as much as younger people do. And we'll talk about why in a second. So to start things off, what is DAP? Our text defines DAP as slapping palms as a form of greeting a friend and then holding their hand as you pull your fingers back until it makes a snapping sound. Quote, "Dap me up." Unquote. You'll find that on page 362 of your textbook under chapter 12. Now, the actual physical motion of DAP is pretty simple, but there's a ton of meaning to it. So if you are with a friend and they see someone else that they are close with, you may see them dap each other up. What is this? What is this whole ritual? Our text has that definition that I just wrote off for you, but I myself have my own version of a definition. Feel free to write this down if you want to. It's going to be on the test later on this Tuesday. DAP can be defined a form of greeting almost exclusively from male to male, indicating a strong bond. Now, the purpose of DAP is to signal to everyone around you that I am very close with this person. This person is a very close associate of mine. You will not want to bring harm upon this person or one of my colleagues. Stuff like that. Stuff like that is the purpose of DAP. When you dap somebody up, the first thing you hear is what? The first thing you hear when someone is dapped up is you hear the clap. You hear that snapping sound. That snapping sound is to indicate in the immediate vicinity, presence of your bond is known. Now, where did DAP originate? Now, our text does go to say that 90% of those imprisoned in the Long Beach jail during the war were African Americans. It was in the jail that the handshake was created under Pan-African nationalist influences. Now, this part is very, very crucial. So the thing about this is that when giving DAP, form is the entire thing. Because very often you will see someone go, with a handshake or something like that, go, oh, that's weak. We gotta do that again, just to get that smack that ass, that pop, that sound that they're desiring. Now, with a DAP, if a DAP is too weak, it's too casual. It's like you don't care. There's worse things you can do. Trust me, we'll get there. But if a DAP is weak, it's just, okay, you kind of care, but that's obviously this isn't where you're at. But if a DAP is strong, and firm, it's that's it. That's what we're getting for. That's the whole point of this, is to make it known, make it strong, firm. You see how when I grip my other hand, obviously you can see my forearms, you can see my tendons start to go. You can especially see in this slide over here, but you can see right here, I'm actually putting effort, I'm putting grip and strength into my hand here. Now, I believe that I'm showing these examples okay, but I'm not showing you great. So right here, let's look at some examples of how to DAP and how not to DAP. Let's properly break that down.
I be when you got that scrap on you. What up, y'all?
I'm a fault with you.
Bro.
All right. Now, when the young man in question actually snaps and walks away, I believe that is the end of their special DAP. I believe that they have a sort of nonverbal communication with the type of handshake that they wish to put out. I believe that it was loud enough to be considered a DAP. It seemed like both parties were in agreement that that was the move they were going for. It seemed like it was very streamlined, very concise, beautiful execution, extremely nice, very nice.
Kynslóðin, þetta framtíðin og við höfum þetta sé bara mikið vöxt í þessari íþrótt og við höfum alltaf stutt við unga fólki í íþróttum og við erum bara mjög spennt að koma að.
Hún fyrir þið ætla að koma myndarlega að úlingagolfinu í sumar. Lítið á þetta svona sem skemmtilegan hóp til að sinna?
Alveg klárlega, unga kynslóðin, þetta framtíðin og við höfum þetta sé bara mikið vöxt í þessari íþrótt.
All right, if I'm being 100% honest here, this got to be one of the worst attempts at a DAP, let alone a handshake, that I've ever seen in all my years of teaching. I mean, there's no attempt for a proper clasp. There's no attempt for a proper clap. I could tell just my older gentleman, his grip's not all there. He probably had an iron grip back when he was, 40 years old, plowing the fields on his aunt's farm or something like that. And my younger lady off to the left, I mean, I obviously don't know what language she's speaking. It appears to be some sort of Swedish, something northern, some sort of Caucasian heavy language, but I can tell she hit us with a whoopsie daisy or something like that. All right, now that we've reached our conclusion of this first lesson of the course, I want you to tell me, did you like your first lesson? How did you feel about it? Do you feel like you're gonna pass the test? Yes or no? Please leave me a comment, like the video, all that good stuff. And it's been your boy, Professor Dafferton. Thank you guys so much for joining my first lesson in this course of urban sociology, otherwise known as Memeology 101. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Peace.